We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, tịch chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tốc chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Thổ Su Chê Đô Ye Ơ La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Chê. Nam mô Tát Đát Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đê Tham Miệu Tham Bồ Đà Thoát. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. Wu sheng 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 wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de shou ci yuan jie ru lai zheng shi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Sutra, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good new advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、智者大师、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa trí giả đại sư, thiện niên hoa, quý thầy cô và các vị thiện tri thức ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 9th of August 2025. Thank you for joining our discussion on the Vimalakirti Sutra. We are on slide 364 so far. This is the second chapter where this is the beginning of the sutra still, where they first introduce the people in attendance, the bigwigs in attendance, and then now in the section where the Buddha, as by tradition, he signals. Buddhas do a lot of signaling. He signals to the audience that he wants to speak about something extraordinary. Okay? And that's why he would manifest very auspicious portents, meaning he's showing off his spiritual powers. Okay? Let me see, where's the context here? So here the context is that their Baoji, or the elder's son, along with 500 other elders' sons, came to the Buddha's presence, bowed their heads, meaning bowed to the floor, and paid homage to the Buddha's feet. Together, they each offered the Buddhas their canopies. They each held one canopy, okay, and they all offer it to the Buddha. Okay, so this is the protocol if you will. You come to the Buddha, and the first thing you do is to make an offering. It's not so much because the Buddhas need our offerings, it's because the first thing you do, the teaching is that when you have a chance to, thank you, you should seize the opportunity to make an offering. And that's the first thing we Buddhists learn to do, are taught to do, is make offerings, okay, to plant our blessings. And if you are able to make an offering to the Buddha, this is one of the highest form of blessings you can ever produce. So this is why it's very, very big deal. Yeah. So that's why these people, when they're the Buddhist disciples, when they hear there's Buddhists around, they have a chance to go see the Buddha, they bring the best canopies, the best things, and to offer it to the Buddha, okay, to express their sincerity and their respect and their adoration, if you will. Just like when you like someone, you like your girlfriend, and you always want to give her the best things possible. You guys still have to think about it? Seriously? Okay. Anyway, and so here on slide 364, the nature, the Buddha nature, this is us, our Buddha nature. We all share the common Buddha nature, okay? It's not different, you are separate right now, but once you become a Buddha, you become united. You are reunited with your own nature, which is something you share with all living beings and all other Buddhas, okay? In bullet number 2, it says here, it's called sun. There's a relationship here because of prior causes, okay? So there's some prior causes. That's why this Baoji is now the son of an elder, meaning that he's a result of the blessings he has in the past. Just now he's a son, the elder son. So which is a very, very good state. It is said that if you have blessings, you'll be born in a Buddhist family, okay, and even more blessings, you're able to practice Buddhism. Even more blessings, you're able to go see the Buddha. Okay, so he's having something. This Baoji, elder son here, he has something that we don't. He has enough blessings to go see the Buddha himself. All right, and because of all these conditions, with all these blessings he's planting, in the future he will also become a Buddha himself. All right? And so I'm curious as to, you should be aware that these people, this Baoji, he comes from elders' family. The elders meaning they're senior in terms of age, in terms of blessings, in terms of wealth, okay? And so they do have the family trade secrets, you will. These people, they have their own world, they have their own rules, they have their own priorities, okay? It's quite special, all right? Don't need to be jealous of them. It's just the way it is. You have blessings, you're privy to these privileges. And it says here in slide 365, now that he's able, along with the other elder sons, to be able to go make an offering to the Buddha, because in the past, he was practicing a lot of giving, Okay? He gave a lot. He gave and gave and gave and gave. You would not believe how difficult it is for you to have that kind of mindset where you simply give. I was very surprised, very shocked when I first started to learn Buddhism. I read about stories about how the disciples of the Buddha, they became arhats and became bodhisattvas and so forth. And what's characteristic of them, same thing with the Buddha himself, okay, is that they gave and gave and gave. That mindset there is something I could not understand. It's so interesting. It shows that how is it possible you keep on, your mind is that such that you want to keep on giving and giving tirelessly. You don't get tired of giving. How is it possible? I couldn't understand it back then. I said, it doesn't seem to be logical, because you keep on giving and giving and giving away, you end up with nothing left. There's stories of these they're not even Buddhists, but they are like rich merchants in India, and they're so rich that they have stores of grain, stores of silver, stores of gold, and so forth. Okay, and their sons, the son inherit the family's fortune, and what does he do? He opens the stores and gives them away every single day. He stands from the store and give it away. So the people of the villages, the city would come and he would give them. Here, have some grains, have some gold. And he kept on giving and giving it away. And I couldn't understand it. How is it possible? Anyone has any ideas? You're all calculating. All of us are thinking, it's not reasonable. You need to have something to sustain yourself, take care of your wife, take care of your children. These guys are crazy. They kept on giving it and more and more and more and more, nonstop. Hello? Anybody home? Is there anybody in there? Just nod, you can hear me. Yes, sir.
Master, is it that they are able to destroy their ego, and so they see other people as themselves?
How could you keep on giving? Don't look too far. How can you keep on giving to your children? You do that, don't you? How can you give? When you give to your children, what is the mindset? Yeah.
The mindset is that they'll benefit from what you're giving.
Benefit from your giving?
Yeah.
You're still calculating, aren't you? This guy is always calculating. I'm going to give this to you so that you get benefit from it. Is that all you can think of? Huh? What makes you give? Clearly, none of you has been giving. That's why you. I don't know. A foreign concept, giving? Come on, I take, I don't give. I'm American. I'm smart. Huh? Yes, 6.
Because when they
Nothing
need, they
không?
ask and we give.
They ask, we give.
Because we love.
We love. Okay. They give, let me tell you. Sometimes it's very hard to give. They give, think about it. How can you possibly keep on giving and giving and giving and giving? Why is that? Go back to your own family when you keep on giving to your son, don't you? Huh? You do, right? You never hesitate. He says, Dad, I need a car. No problem, take mine. You want a caddy? Come to Go Forest. Okay? Huh? Because it makes you happy. That's the only thing I can come up with. Huh? You think they think tomorrow I will have nothing left to feed my family? No. They don't think like that. They said, tomorrow I take care, I deal with tomorrow. But today, when I give to someone here, it makes me happy. Does it make sense to you? To me, that's the only thing that could possibly justify why these people can keep on giving and giving and giving away. Okay, it doesn't take a lot to make them happy. Think about it. There's an advantage here. Okay, these people who come, who take it from them, take a piece of gold from them, you think they're grateful? Put yourself in their position. You have this man here who gives you, his stores of grain, okay, that you in Gaza, okay, and you're hungry. You come and grab the sack of grain or sack of flour from him. What is your mindset? You think you're grateful? They have to think, I can't believe you guys. Where have you been? I'm from Vietnam. We know war. Huh? You guys are so soft. Of course not. All they're worried about is their own hunger. Yeah? Gratitude is the last thing in the mind. All these people who take from you are the ones who say, "Oh my God, now I'm gonna eat my fill. I'm gonna have a meal finally, for the first time after a couple of months." That's all they can think of, not gratitude. Okay, and yet these people, they give it and they're happy because it doesn't take much to make them happy. Whereas for you, you need a caddy to be happy. Oops, why do you keep on coming back with caddy again? Sorry, okay. You know what I mean? I would need a Porsche. Okay? So, my point here is this. Don't think they're stupid. I feel that the reason they can keep on giving is because it makes them so happy. Hoarding does not make them happy. To them, to have a store of gold, 10 stores of grain, it really don't mean anything. Okay? But when they give to people and they look so happy and you see that they're going to be able to eat, it fills them with so much joy that they cannot otherwise get. I'm trying to point out to you that life is much more rewarding when you help others through the act of giving. Why do I tell you that? Because I want you to think about it and teach your children and teach your nephews and nieces, because they don't know this. The non-Buddhists don't understand it. The non-Buddhists give and they calculate. They say, oh, that's too much. Or what's in it for me? Okay? What do I get back when I give? Well, the Buddhists, once they understand giving, they have tremendous joy and reward out of it. And you know what? You may look like they're foolish to give away their fortunes and everything they have. Actually, what they're getting back is incredible blessings. You're not impressed. This is one of the highest forms of Buddhist wisdom, and you say, excuse me. Jewel flower people, what do you think? No, you should look excited. Don't look embarrassed. I don't know what he's talking about. My God, you're bad advertising from our Dharma. Okay? You should have the right attitude. I'm so happy that you come to the temple. I'm happy you just came because no one else is coming. Okay, never mind. I give up. Okay, now each canopy is of the 7 treasures, symbolizing the 7 limbs of enlightenment. And which combined give rise to true understand real mark. You see, this is a level of the Tian Tai school teaching. Master Jucho, it says, it's not gold, you greedy people. It's about, it's about 7 limbs of enlightenment. It's about if you do that, you understand real mark. Got that? Okay, never mind. And it says here, canopy is interestingly is a arisal of kindness through cultivating the Dharma. Does it make sense to you? Excuse me? Did I say something funny? Were you paying attention? Han beat her up. Okay, never mind. It's interesting. Canopy here, it says arisal of kindness through cultivating a Dharma. I was about to say something nice about another woman, but she keeps on crying, Is she crying, really? This morning she was screaming. I swear to God, you weren't here. I was meditating 20 minutes into it. I was so blissful. No advance warning at all. It's just like, I just heard, uh-oh. I said, oh. And before I could do anything, Ronald, you missed that. Anyway. It's interesting because it says, when cultivating a Dharma, I want you to pay attention. This is so Tian Tai. This is arisal of kindness. It shows you're on the right track. How do you know you're on the right track? You become kinder through your cultivation. You're home and you're kinder to, God forbid, your wife. Kinder to your husband. He noticed, didn't he? Did he notice that? The husband. Yeah, did he notice? He say anything? I'm going to buy you a Cadillac. I'm telling you, this is kind of interesting because when you cultivate a Dharma, this is so Mahayana. You become kinder. You don't care as much about right and wrong. You become kinder. For most of you, yeah. Okay? Think about it, folks. This is so Mahayana. You cultivate Mahayana, kindness arises. And so eventually, when you become an elder son, you bring a canopy, which is an act of kindness. You shelter, you protect others. Okay? Covers and shade, just a kindness covers and shields all living beings. Came the Buddha's presence. You see, again, in the spirit of kindness, this kindness here grows and grows, and that eventually enables you to go see the Buddha. For you to see my president, you need a lot of money. For you to go see the Buddha, you only need kindness. Isn't that cool? It's a lot cheaper. Bow their heads and pay homage to the Buddha's feet. So this is how they express reverence. It's not something that is, you don't ask like Ronald, he said, what do I do now, what do I do now? He look over to XX and what do I do now, what do I do now? You see the Buddha, you naturally bow down and say, oh, we're honored one, hello, namaste, something like that. Okay? You just naturally bow down his feet. Okay? And it says here, these Tien Thai people, they read so many things into these simple acts that I have no clues. Tell me, let me tell you. Symbolize having planted cause of wisdom will surely fruition of wisdom. Clear to you, right? Clearly, it's so it's so clear. There's a spelling here, problem here. Yes, sir, too.
Emitofuo, Master. I think all that with symbolism, that is it too much thinking, or is it? I read a lot of explanation. It's just symbol like that, symbol like this. Is it too much? And is it should be very straightforward that you offer the best you have ability instead of symbolize this and symbolize that?
You were with Master YongHua a lot longer. You've been with me, right? No. Yes, in principle, it's a lot of thinking, a lot of interpretation. I hear your point. But we're talking about Tien Thai people here. They're different. This is great Master Sutra is basically a Mahasaya, but probably most likely a Buddha. He knows too much. Okay? The depth of his understanding, his knowledge is incredible. This is why you pay attention. Why is he saying that? Because what he's saying, you cannot compare it with another monk saying, who says, because they regurgitate what Master Chucho said and other people said. But here, this is why it's very important for me to quote you. I said, this is what Master Chucho said. Not me, not Master YongHua, it's Master Chucho. Okay? So therefore, you need to pay attention. Just like when we do Wei Yang anecdotes, it's from Master Wei Yang's, Wei Shan's mouth, Master Yang Shan's mouth. Okay? And so they have different standards. Okay? But the point here is not, it sounds like it's excessive, but there's a depth here of connection, causal connection. When you think about it, okay, kindness, you cultivate, you become kinder and kinder and kinder, okay, so that eventually you have means at your disposal to express your kindness. So naturally, canopy, okay, to protect people, to shield people. So there's a connection why there's a symbolism of between offering a canopy to the Buddha. It's in that I practice your Dharma, it made me kinder, okay? I practice kindness, and this is a homage to what you taught me. It's a beautiful thing. It's not excessive at all. To me, it is a natural homage. It's natural offering. Listen, look, the kindness I got from practicing your Dharma. Look at all these 7 gems here. That's the quintessential kindness of the Mahayana practice. It's from you. It goes back to you. What is it you don't like about that gesture?
The reason I have that doubt or question because I heard a lot of monks explain sutra, symbolize thing. And I think if he reads it from somewhere, he should say the source. But if not, then avoid to say that, because symbolization that you try to explain the atmosphere, the one in your heart, 2 words, which is very, very difficult. You have to be in the situation in order to feel it. And if you've not been there, then don't say that. I respect Master Chucha that he's a bodhisattva and appreciate his description. But if it's explaining like that for me, then maybe it too often people mimic it and fantasize in their thinking and then explain things. And it will be dangerous because the thing from the mind cannot describe it in the words are very difficult.
Can you believe him? Can you believe this? Stop judging others. They're trying your best. What is the matter with you? They're trying their best. Do you know? They're the one who taught me. I made fun of them, yeah. It's for their sake, not for my sake. But they're the one who taught me. Those people that you criticize. They're trying their best. Stop criticizing people. Stop judging people. Embrace it. They try their best. Now you disagree, you say, that's the best you have. You should adjust your attitude. You're so manic. You keep on judging people. It's a good thing you're old, because otherwise you would have beaten up on the head again, because he's like 90 years old. I mean, okay? You're old enough for me to forgive you. Okay? But you have to stop judging others. It's not cool. Can you accept them as who they are? They're not perfect. And let me tell you, I'm offended at hearing you talk to my seniors like that, because I learned from them. Seriously, they try to teach me too. They try their best. Okay? It's not good enough for you, I know that, because you're better than them. You have more wisdom than them, that's a fact. But you should stop judging them. Just because you're better, just because we're better, doesn't mean we should look down upon others and criticize them. You should instead be grateful. You should remember where we came from. Without them, I wouldn't be here. Without my Vietnamese master, I wouldn't be here. Without my master's disciples, I wouldn't be here. Thanks to them that I said, I ain't going to be like you. I'm going to find a different path. That I'm grateful for. Okay? It's always good and bad. Okay? What we have is that if you practice Mahayana, what happens? How it goes? Huh? Thank you. Only girls understand that. If you really practice Mahayana, you become kinder, right, Jin? You feel kinder inside? I do too. Okay? It's not by right and wrong. You got to drop that. Shame on you. Mostly white hair now, or whatever is left, and you still lack kindness. My God. You keep on judging. You keep on judging Tibetans. So my wife, she follows the wrong people. I said, did I put words in your mouth? Exactly what you're thinking. Confess. You got that? This guy, this is his last warning. Next time he opens his mouth and criticizes others and say this is wrong, they're wrong, I'm right, and so forth. That guy's nice. Anthony, I authorize you to kick him. Okay? You have so much, and therefore you should learn to be kinder and accept people as who they are instead of judging them. You have to recognize the thoughts of judging you always have every time you open your mouth. No, this is so wrong. You're just being manic. You have to watch out for that. I know Mommy never told you, but your master will. That's my boy. Embarrass him publicly, he said thank you. He didn't mean it, of course, but working on it. Okay. Together, they each offered the Buddha their canopies. Okay. And so with one mind, they offered the Buddhas, the canopies. And so what's fascinating to me is that the Buddha has so much virtues, is so adorned, that these sons, the elder sons, who have so much already, they look at the Buddha and they feel like, I want to offer you the best of me. Okay? My canopies, very expensive canopies that they just bought from Tiffany. Men, hint, hint. Okay, and they offer the Buddha without thinking. It's a natural thing for them. It's fascinating to me how the Buddha can inspire people to behave like that. Okay, and rest assured that you never lose when you give, especially to the Buddha. You offer one canopy with 7 gems there, you get back 1 million canopies worth, for sure, or more. Okay, and so now it's interesting too that it's omitted from the details of the sutra. We have 500 canopies. You know, when you come up and give things, how are you going to coordinate that? I'm just curious. That's all. 368, by means of the Buddha's awe-inspiring spiritual powers, all these treasure canopies join together into a single canopy covering the entire 3,000 great thousand worlds.
佛之威神令诸宝盖合成一盖，遍覆3000大千世界。
Continuing, next one. Oh, there's no more. Okay, now, what's happening here is that Buddha decided to show off. And let me assure you, it makes to this sutra here, this is 100% the truth. It's not AI generated. It's totally true. That's exactly what happened. Okay? And so what Buddha did is, without saying anything, he used his spiritual powers and merged them. 507 gems, canopies, into one big one. Ask your Falun Gong master to do that. And they talk about symbolism and everything, but to me it's fascinating that Buddha, without saying anything, without moving, he just has the 500 canopies, like, and they merge into one. That is spiritual powers. The question is, why? Why would Buddha do that? Because I know you girls are saying, wow, good date. Would you like to date someone who can do that? Never mind. He does it. Why do you think it? I know I call it show off. Well, actually, there's a reason behind it. What is the reason? It's very simple. Look at him. The guy there with no hair. Okay? Whenever I talk to him, he disagrees. He says, no, I disagree with you. The Bodhisattvas, they don't like people who eat onion and garlic. Okay? You see that? It's natural for him to disagree, right? Because when you hear something that is different from what you used to hearing, you disagree naturally. You're an engineer, you disagree, this is not scientific. There's no basis for this. So Buddhas, in order to save you time, because you have the blessings, he says, I'm going to show up, I'm going to dazzle you. Before I talk about investments, I will show you how rich I am. So you never question that my investment strategies is good for you too. You get the point? It's beautiful because of our blessings. He's able to show off his spiritual powers so that we say, wow, this is nice. A man like this would never mislead me, would never pull my leg. And so it's for our sake, so it's not a single thought of doubt even arises when he speaks the Dharma. That's why this importance. Make sense to you? Frankly, when the Buddha, as far as Buddha is concerned, okay, or Bodhisattva concerned, they speak and you believe or not, it's your problem, right? But Buddha is kinder. He says, I'm going to speak to you, and this is very important, okay, for this time here. I will show off. I will dazzle you so much that you are basically will believe anything I tell you. Because I should show to you some things that's impossible, that you can never even imagine. And that's what is being described next for us. When you see it yourself, imagine yourself being there and say, wow, 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 wow. And do you have time for doubt? Heck no. Isn't that beautiful? I didn't hear that. You Koreans don't know how lucky you are. Not have to hear all this nonsense. Okay, let me repeat for XX. Okay, is it clear? Isn't it beautiful? It's such an act in a spirit of, what is it called? An ultimate act of kindness. Have no doubt what I'm about to tell you is the truth. Okay? This is why would I pull your legs if I can do this? What are you that I need to lie to you if I can do this? It's so cool. Huh? Manic people. Okay? One kind of singular perfect fruit. Everyone must go to one called Sisi. Okay? This is Tian Tai for you. Okay? Tian Tai is very clear. Okay? Symbolize the merging, symbolize kindness towards those who have no conditions, transfer towards Buddha fruition, perfect retribution, karmakaya. Okay, you get it. I don't know what it's talking about. It's too much. Okay? Covering the entire 3,000 great thousand world. I hope they go into it, don't they? Oh yeah, they do. Okay, so and then this is why this chapter is called Pure Land, Buddha Land. Okay, it's not that clear, but this is causing additional Buddha Land, covering the entire 3,000 great thousand worlds. Okay, this is Buddhist jargon. When you hear 3,000 great thousand worlds, that's one galaxy. got that? Our world, our galaxy, this Milky Way here, as the scientists call it, okay, is actually in Buddhist world, it's one world called Saha world that was created by Shakyamuni Buddha. When he became a Buddha, he created this in order to save you, losers. Okay, so that he created his world so that when conditions arise, you'll be transported to this world so that he can save you. And now you captive audience, he can do anything he wants. Same thing, Western Blissfield land, where we're going to send your mother to, okay? It's not the world that Amitabha Buddha created so that he can bring people there to save them, to help them become Buddhas. Yeah, other people say, no, I don't believe you. What kind of nonsense you're talking about? Okay? This is why the galaxies are made, are created, is it by a Buddha in order to save who? Save those that they're indebted to. They owe us. Shakyamuni Buddha owes us. That's why he created a Saha world, for us to come here and live. Isn't that cool? You think it's a casual thing where you happen to land here in Saha world and have mom and dad as, I came because mom and dad? No, you came here because of all these conditions get together, okay? And you came here and you practice go forth so that Ronald Yi can come later. Okay? All right. So this is a Buddhist jargon again. The entire 3,000 or 8,000 worlds, meaning that the small worlds, okay? And combined together, it's a galaxy. All right? So our Saha world is actually a lot bigger than you think. The scientists already knew that, it's the extent of the Milky Way, okay? And that's one world created by one Buddha. And the cosmos, it has infinite number of Buddha lands like that. It's infinite. One is being created next by the next Buddha, okay? When you become a Buddha yourself, you have your own Buddha land, okay? All I ask you is, name your Buddha land Yung something. Okay? So that we all have the same, where we all connected. Don't call it Saha world. Yung Saha is okay. Okay? And so we have these connections together, okay? That's why Buddhas, believe it or not, when you make a gift, you give to the Buddhas, he'll always remember. Even before you give to the Buddha, before he even became a Buddha, he'll have to create a world to help save you later. Isn't that cool? So that's why when you have children, the Asians, and this is Ray Chuang never taught his kids, is they bring the kids in front of a donation box, okay, and take out a $20 bill, put it in the kid's hand and say, son or daughter, I want to teach you how to give the triple jewel. Okay? So that now Shakyamuni Buddha has to save you. not me. Okay, and so covering a Saha world. Can you imagine this galaxy here? This is incredible. Yeah, this galaxy, how big it is, the Milky Way, how big it is. And this canopy here that Shakyamuni Buddha was using his spiritual powers, it covers the entire Milky Way. That's how big it is, with 7 gems. Chin is still thinking, trying to process. Let me see. Mercedes is 20 gems, 300 gems. That's a lot of cars you can buy. Okay? Why? There's a symbol here. Okay? Now this is where we need Master Tutor to know what this is about. It says, one fruit, substance of great kindness. See, it's still kindness for some reason today. Okay? Be kind. Be kind. Sober. Kindness is a great kindness is with those when you don't owe. Okay, you're still kind to them. That's why it's kindness. Okay, and you have this retribution. You have to think about it. You know that what you receive is not just for yourself, but also for others. What we do, what we get, also impacts others, if you will. Just like we have a temple here called Go Forest, meaning it's for you, to serve you. But there's other people who come by here and happen to walk in. It's also for them as well. We don't just say that, no, Jung doesn't like these people, so... Okay? All right? Yes, I agree. These symbols is very Tiantai. It's excessive. Okay, 371. Whose vast breadth of marks of this world were manifest within it.
而此世界广长之相，悉于中现。
Okay. What is he talking about? He's showing this world, okay? That's what the vast breadth of marks, meaning marks here, meaning things you can see, okay, in this world, who actually are there within the projection. Think of this giant projector, okay, and you can see everything there: the 10 mountains, the great rivers, oceans, streams, heavenly palaces, okay, and so this is quite a movie, if you ask me. They are 373. These 3,000 great thousand worlds, all the Mount Sumerus, Snow Mountain, Musilinda Mountains, Maha Musilinda Mountains.
又此3000大千世界，诸须弥山、雪山、目真灵陀山、摩诃目真灵陀山。
Okay, what he's talking about is that in this projection here that the Buddha was showing off, he's showing that all these worlds that are composed of Mount Sumerus and various mountains and rivers, they all can be seen up there. Okay, so I remember a long time ago, I was listening to a Bodhisattva. This is way early in my career. I was at the time second dhyana. Okay, so I was have a chance to talk to this Bodhisattva, and he was telling me about his recent journey, okay, and to his country, back to his country, and I was listening there, and I was there, and as we're listening, all of a sudden I relaxed, okay? And I have a vision of what he was talking about. This is truly what happened to me. You're not impressed. This woman, that's what happened. You sit in front of me. You guys make it very difficult. Okay, so my point being that I was able to receive his image, the image in his mind. He's describing with his mouth, his words, but is he describing what he's able to see in his head? And I was able to see that same image. I said, "Oh wow, nice wall." And he says, "You can see?" And the image went away. It's okay. So my point being that they can project these things. They want you to see, you can see it in your head. It's real, okay? I know it's for non-Buddhists. You guys are too much. But this is, if you simply still your mind and not process, that's how it happened. I just relaxed, and then all of a sudden I was thinking, you know what I was doing? Naughty girl. Anyway, so various mountains, there are 10 of them. They're mentioned in the sutra. There are Mucilinda mountains. There's Mu Chen Lin Tuo. Okay, that's from some kind of sutra here, based on our research. Mu Chen is liberation, also name of a dragon. Okay. Dragons do live in the mountain, by the way. And Lin Tuo is a place, so it's a dwelling place of liberation. So you go to the mountain and you stay there and you attain liberation. Okay? And you stay there and you become a dragon. Next. Incense mountains, jewel mountains, gold mountains, black mountains, ring of iron mountains, all of its seas, rivers, streams, and springs.
香山、宝山、金山、黑山、铁围山、大铁围山、大海江河、川流泉源。
Okay. So you see the other ocean rivers, and then representing 5 aggregates and so forth. Okay. Next, 377, as well as its suns, moons, and celestial bodies, and all its palaces of gods, dragons, and spirits were fully manifested within the jewel canopy.
即日月星辰、天宫、龙宫、诸尊神宫，悉现于宝盖中。
So you see, with this canopy that covers the entire galaxy, and you look up and you see all these mountains and rivers, everything can be seen up there. Such a powerful projector. Something else. Speaking of, showing off. You know, for us showing off, we take you to a nice cinema where the seats recline. And you feel much better than your own bed. Okay? Here, he just projects it up there. You don't have to go anywhere. It's so cool. Sun, moon, celestial balances are manifested, possibly represent the insentient world. Okay, And the four groups manifesting within this canopy correspond to words of proper attribute, beginning with five aggregates. Okay, so concepts here. And you should know the dependency we have each other. In Buddhism, okay, there's something called retribution. Retribution is what you got, okay, from past causes. Retribution is what you harvest from what you planted. So far so good, that's retribution. Okay? And there are two kinds of retribution: proper retribution and dependent retribution. This is not about anyone else, this is about you. Okay? The dependent retribution, okay, the proper retribution is your own what? Bank account. No, I mean your own body. Your body is called proper retribution because it's only for you. Okay? You can do plastic surgery later if you're Korean and so forth, but that's, okay, it's still your proper retribution, if you will. Okay? Proper meaning only for you. So far so good. So that's why some of us are our proper retribution. You have long hair, some of us have no hair. That's proper retribution. Got that? What about dependent retribution? These are very important concepts. Dependent retribution is what it says. Your livelihood depends on that. That's why it's called dependent retribution. Meaning that we depend on what? What do we depend on? Hello? Am I the only one awake? What do we depend on? Yes, sir. Thank you.
We depend on other people for survival, like farmers for planting food, our CEOs for making or generating profit to pay us.
Bezos for founding Amazon?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. What else do we depend on? You have so many things we depend on. See, our proper retribution is one body, but look at what surrounds us. That's a dependent retribution. Think how complex it is. It's not as simple you think. You only think of yourself as me, number one, me and my dog named Boo. Me and you and a dog named Boo. No, the dependent retribution is this world here we live in. Okay? And look at that. We have our own proper retribution. That's why you are the way you are. Let's face it, that's called proper because you served you right. 活该. What's 活该 in English? Served you right. There we go. Thank you. This is why you are that way. Okay? 活该. Okay? Serves you right. Okay? That's proper retribution. Dependent retribution is what? Is what we collectively depend on. So think about it. There's so much interdependency. Okay? Because, put it simply, okay, without the Vietnamese, Ronald would not have a wife. You see how dependent we are on each other. So can you stop? Please stop judging others. Darn it. When are you going to wake up? Huh? We depend on each other. We're so interdependent. And so for those who are so self-centered, say, I'm number one, they're forgetting that the dependency, they need the mechanic to fix the cars. Otherwise, a Porsche will not run. Got that? See, that's why you need, once you understand this, you relax and you learn to embrace and be more accepting of others. Okay? We depend on each other. Even we depend on losers. What are you going to do? You can't shoot them. They should be shot, but... All right, next. In addition, all Buddhas of the 10 directions, all Buddhas speaking the Dharma, also appear within this jewel canopy.
又十方诸佛，诸佛说法，亦现于宝盖中。
Okay. Picture this. Okay? Picture that not only in the canopy you can see the entire galaxy of mountains, rivers, and Porsches and everything. Okay? Heaven, palaces, and so forth. Okay? You also see the Buddhas speaking Dharma in their own Buddha lands. And you sort of have to wonder, how can you possibly see so much in that one big canopy? It's inconceivable when you think about it. It's way beyond your logic, way beyond your imagination. This is why the people who were there say, wow, I got to have more of this LSD thing or whatever, you know. It's the coolest thing. Okay? And 381. I mean, this is, I'm skipping this because of the recent complaint. So it does not afflict them any further. At that time, everyone in the great assembly, seeing the Buddha's spiritual power, praised them as unprecedented.
尔时一切大众睹佛神力，叹未曾有。
Yeah, that's a natural thing. I say, wow, did you see that? Did you see that? Huh? And wait until my husband sees this. They tell each other, he's going to knock his socks off. He's going to believe in Buddhism. Whether he's here or not. Okay? So Buddha is something else. And these people have so many blessings. That's why they're able to see this. So these people are very special people. We don't get to see it ourselves because we simply don't have enough blessings. Okay? We need to do a lot more giving before it happens to us. Okay? The Great Assembly holds auspicious sign with joy. And so this is very auspicious. You don't see these things, these wonderful things. If you're able to see that, it changes your perspectives. That's just like when the other 25 years ago, 30 years ago, when that Bodhisattva projected the image in my head, I said, wow, I'd like to do this one day too. Well, it would take a lot longer still. And so there's a symbol here when he says, my Buddha land here, you can see it, but actually it's more than just one Buddha land, so think bigger, okay? So I'll be talking to you about Buddha lands in general, okay? They place the palms together, bow to the Buddha, and gaze at the world-honored one's countenance without averting their eyes for even a moment.
合掌礼佛，瞻仰尊严，目不暂视。
So they place the palms together again without being reminded. They naturally place the palm together, bow to the Buddha. This is what Buddhas are able to do. Inspire respect from us. Okay? They look at the Buddha, you become respectful, and when Buddha starts to do these things, you even more respectful. Okay? And here you're joining the palms in reverence to the Buddha, which is an offering of body karma. In other words, when you make an offering to Triple Jewel, it's not about things. The most important offering is actually this. Put your palms together and offer your respect and your faith. But don't forget the donation boxes. You offer Buddha, you can bow. Offer to me. I have a lot of dependent stuff. Gaze at the honored one's countenance without averting their eyes for even a moment. Thirdly, gazing up at the Buddha is like, I hate to say this, better looking than women. So it's noble countenance. It's fascinating. It's a message. You look at the Buddha, you don't get tired of looking at the Buddha. Because whereas we look at someone's face, they say, oh, foundation, skin too good, cannot be real. Skin too perfect. Or, bald. No. Okay? Buddha is not bald. You got that? He's very old. He still has hair. Full of hair. It's not what we men can say. Even Anthony now is worried. 20 more years and you know what I'm talking about. The hair, the forehead is receding. Every 5 years eventually you see Ronald. Okay? So it's interesting. Master Chucha says, when you gaze at the Buddha without blinking an eye, it's an offering of the mind. I didn't know that. So if you look at the Buddha, Wan Yin Bodhisattva, see Ronald, when you look at Wan Yin Bodhisattva, he yells at her. Okay? He's offering her his anger, his afflictions. For us, when we look at Wan Yin Bodhisattva, don't blink an eye. That's an offering of the mind karma. You don't even need to bow. So cool. You learn new tricks every weekend, don't you? This is so cool. It's like you don't have to do anything. Just don't blink, that's all. Yeah, you can do that to me, but it's no blessings. Because of specious sign, one must hear inconceivable Buddha land, karma. Okay. Another concept for you. Okay. How is this world structured? This is very, very profound Buddhist wisdom. You see it as atoms, yeah? You see it as samurai swords. You see it as palaces that floats. You go to the second dhyana heaven. There God and goddesses, they live in these palaces, okay, that float in the air. Here, you need to have foundation and pillars, okay, for your buildings, for your structures. Up there, they float in the air. How is it possible? Because of the three wheels. Okay, read Chinese, and it explained everything. Go ahead, Ray John. Explain to them. There's something called wind wheel. Another wheel called water wheel. Third one is called gold wheel. Gold actually means metal, but gold sounds better. We inflate it a little to make it Mahayana. Okay? So what is wind wheel? Okay? Because of your common retribution power, okay, and you're able to have this wind wheel, which is supports everything. This is why palaces float in the air. Got that? And you don't. This is why God beings, heavenly beings, they can fly. Okay? So there's a wind wheel. You mean you can float in the air. Next one is water wheel. Okay? And after the wind wheel, you create more karmas. You become more emotional. And that's when you create the great rains, okay, and that falls upon the wind wheel, and that's how the water wheel was formed. Don't ask me, this is from a dictionary, what do I know? Okay, and finally the gold wheel, or the metal wheel, and or you can call it earth wheel, okay, because of our karmic retribution. You hit the water wheel, and that's how you create the gold wheel. Okay, this is a little bit different realm than ours, but you understand that there's a lot of forces that actually are explaining the physics, the law of physics, and the genesis of the world. Okay? Keep an open mind. There's a lot more going on than you can observe or have been able to learn so far. The Buddhist wisdom is that it's very detailed to the point where it's too hard for you to believe. And that's why these great beings, they're able to understand that, to give us the assurance that there's a lot more than we have time to explain to you. It's something you have to discover for yourself. And this is what happened to us. To the Buddhists is that they learn about these things from the tutor, Chintai school, and they say, wow, this is flabbergasting. This is incredible, inconceivable. And so it motivated them to practice, so that one day they told themselves, one day I will verify this. Okay? And so this is how Master Chucho got there. He says, wow, this is so cool. I want to see it for myself. And this is when he verified it for himself and shared it with us. That's what happens in Buddhism. Okay? Keep an open mind. There's a lot more going on you think. Okay? If this let me close today by reminding you. If you choose to confine your mind to this is all you're going to be able to understand. You did it to yourself, no one else. And so our jobs in Buddhism and Mahayana is to keep on reminding you, expand it, relax, okay? There's a lot more going on, okay? And do not restrict yourself to your thinking mind alone. Because you have something much more powerful called wisdom, your true mind, which is the real wisdom where you can see and understand and function without using your thinking mind. Your thinking mind is limited. Your true mind is limitless. And we cannot bring you there unless we help you relax the confines of your thinking mind. So far, so good. And we're not talking about anyone else. Look to your right. There you go. That's one example of we helping someone relax and broaden the confines of his mind and stop judging others. You judge others because this is all you can see. When you see a bigger relations, a bigger picture, and you see, there's slaves, there are engineers, and so forth. Okay, they're con men, they're demons, because it's all part of our dependent retribution. Okay? And if you use them properly, you become a Buddha faster. That's all. Don't need to reject them. Questions? Keep an open mind. Okay? And stop judging others. Thank you, everyone. We stop here today.